Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a real user review for the Huru Urban 17-liter backpack. Now Huru did send me this as a sample for review, but all the opinions in this video are mine and mine alone. I did not share this content with the Huru private publication. They will see this when you do. Now I am dropping a link in the description down below. If you'd like to use that link, please feel free to do so. It is a non-affiliate link. I put that there for your convenience. If you'd prefer to navigate to the site on your own, feel free to do so. Now, Huru might be a company you've never heard of before. It might be a company that you are interested in, which is why you found this video searching for them. Huru is a bag manufacturer based out of Kiev, Ukraine. And as of currently, it is November 2025. If you're watching this in the distant future, there's currently a world event going on that makes Ukraine in general and Kiev, the capital, not the safest place to be, but they are still actually in operation, going to the office, working, and I believe some of the products are actually still manufactured in the Ukraine. This bag, I believe, was made in Vietnam. It did ship from Warsaw, Poland, and one other point of note is that I did have to pay a tariff. So there was a tariff attached to this. It was like $25 or $35, something like that. I think it was $25 and change. I can't remember because it was weeks ago. But it was a pretty seamless process. I believe UPS sent me an email, and I also saw it in the app. I just paid it through the app. I have an account in the app. I clicked on the link. It brought me to basically any other checkout like you do in a store. Gave me different payment options. I used PayPal. I just paid it and it was done. And then the next day, UPS delivery guy dropped it on my back porch like he does every other package. So I did have to pay it. If you're in the US, you will probably have to pay one as well. But it was pretty seamless. Checked out. It was one, done, over with. Bag got delivered. But they are actually, I double checked with them. I said, are you guys still in the Ukraine? And the person I was speaking to is, yes, me and my husband both live and work in the Ukraine, and we are still going to work every single day. So they're in Kiev working, and yeah, it's still in operation. So Huru has actually also been on my personal radar since about 2018. I did remember seeing a review some time ago. I couldn't remember exactly how long ago. I couldn't remember who did it. I was pretty sure it was a carryology review, and then I just Googled it, and sure enough, it was Boismano did a review on his YouTube channel for the Huru H2, and he did that review for carryology. So I did see that probably right about when it came out. So they've actually been on my radar for quite some time. I just never got around to testing them out. It just seemed like there was always a different bag that I wanted or that was in kind of high demand, because when I was doing bags, I tried to get some of the new releases. That's how you got the views in the bag world. If you were the first to it, you got there first, you got the views. So I was usually chasing the latest drops from different brands, so they always kind of escaped me. But pretty happy that Huru actually reached out, because this has been a pleasure to use. Now this is a 17-liter pack. Personally, I usually use like a 22, 24, up to about a 30-liter pack as an EDC. So this is on the small end for me. I have used GoRuck Bullet 15s, which worked out well because of the shape. This has a fairly good shape to it, but it was still a little bit smaller for my personal needs, so I couldn't fit my entire EDC in here. But sometimes that's actually a good thing. It helped me to shed. I'm going to shed two pieces of EDC. The one is still in there because I haven't gotten rid of it yet, because I actually needed it this week. I actually just used it. My checkbook. I have a thing. I'll show it to you later, but I needed to write a check. There's like 2 bills twice a year I have to pay with a check. I could pay them online. It is an option, but every time I pay them online, they screw it up. So I always mail in a check for this 1 bill twice a year. So I've been carrying my checkbook for years to cut 2 checks a year. So that's going to come out. But the other thing was headphones. I don't know why. Multi-point connectivity has been a thing for a while, but I've been carrying around earbuds for my phone and then over-the-ear headphones for my tablet, because on my lunch break, I'll try to download some shows or movie or something from like Netflix or Hulu, and I'll just start watching. That's how I get caught up on TV most of the time. I either download something from my DVR, from Hulu, or from Netflix, and that's how I watch most of my programs on my lunch break. And I was always carrying a set of over-the-ear JBL Bluetooth headphones. And when I switched to this, like, why am I cramming these headphones in here? I could just get a pair of Raycon. So I just bought a pair of Raycon everyday earbuds, whatever they're called. There's no affiliation with Raycon. I bought them on Amazon for like $80, but I bought a multi-point connectivity. I connect to my tablet. I connect to my phone. I can connect them to my work computer if I don't want to wear over-the-ear headphones at work. I can connect them to my laptop at work. So helped me to shed set of headphones that I've been carrying around for unnecessarily, and I'm about to shed my admin because I just cut a check like Monday and it's Wednesday. Probably should have gotten rid of it already. Anyway, I digress. Sometimes using a smaller bag is actually beneficial, but it's November, it's getting cold, so I'm carrying my winter EDC, or I usually carry an extra skull cap, gloves, schmog, all that stuff, like a buff. I keep all that stuff in my bag, and that stuff's bulky, so I am going to need some extra space. Now, one thing I do like with any bag is I love water bottle pockets, and this bag actually has 2. And the extra good thing is that these are actually expandable. So if you're not using them, you can just zipper them up and they hug the bag. Now, while I don't always use water bottle pockets for water bottles, I actually use them quite a bit to stash stuff in. And I actually had my extra beanie in here today, and I was wearing it. That's why it's actually not, I don't even know where it is. It's probably downstairs on the table. I've been wearing this Finisterre one that I really like, and I had my extra beanie, and I didn't grab my Finisterre when I walked out of the house this morning, and it was cold, so I grabbed the beanie out of my bag, and I was wearing that. So when I came home from work, I probably took that one off, just threw it on the table with my bag. It's probably still sitting downstairs on the table, and then when I went out to walk the dog, I put on my Finisterre. So that's why this one's actually unzipped, because my beanie was going in there. So I actually use water bottle pockets as an extra utilitarian pocket to the bag. But now let's break down all of the different pockets and organization of the bag. We're going to start right here because this is kind of cool. This is their own proprietary buckle. Now, it does look a lot like a Cobra buckle, but there are some significant differences. Cobra buckle, the latches are on the bottom half, where the Huru, it's on the upper half. We also have the tongue on the bottom half, where the tongue is on the upper half, and it's not as bulky. Even though these are completely different sizes, Cobra buckles do come smaller. The Cobra buckle is a lot wider. It's a lot bulky of a buckle. And personally, I'm not a huge fan of Cobra buckles. I find them, this one's actually not bad, because this one's it's a nylon one, so it's kind of light. But usually these are aluminum. They're usually about this size. Again, they do come smaller, and I think they can come bigger. But I don't like them, especially on a strap, because when you're swinging it over your face, this thing can crack you in the face, and it hurts. And on top of that, they're big, they're clunky. I find these to be pretty big and just obnoxious. But the Huru buckle, I like it a lot more. It's a lot smaller, it's a lot more streamlined. You have bigger latches here to actually press to disengage it. And overall, I like this design. It does give you that Cobra vibe buckle look, but it's a much cleaner look, and I think it's a lot more utilitarian, and it just seems to work much better than a Cobra buckle. Then on top of that, we do have a QA pocket here on the top. I just keep random things. There's like pens, and there's a Sharpie in here maybe, and I usually throw my work ID in here, which I did take out so you don't see where I work. I don't dox myself, but I would throw that in there at the end of the day. I'll just toss that back in there, zip it in, good to go. Now we also have an exterior pocket here, but this does share internal space with the pocket on the inside, so I've only been keeping just like my thin first aid kit. And because this is so thin, I just kind of keep it in here. It makes it accessible, and it doesn't take up a whole lot of space. Now we also have our zipper compression water bottle pockets that are on both sides. So we do have 2 of them, which is great. I love water bottle pockets. Again, having 2 is great, and if you're not using them, you can zip them up so they do fit pretty snug against the bag. I mean, you could probably fit something in there thin if you needed to, but they do fit very thin against the bag. And also there is a grommet at the bottom, so if you do have a water bottle in here and it leaks, it will it should come out the bottom, out the grommet, instead of pooling up and then eventually saturating the bag, wetting it out, soaking out the inside. Now, if we want to flip the bag over, in this thin channel here, we actually have our hidden travel pocket. It is basically the size of this panel here. It goes both sides, it goes left and right, so you can actually kind of organize, I guess, maybe. If you're lucky, you can stick it on both sides, but you can also tuck that little tab in there, and boom, that basically disappears. Don't even know that it's there. And on this side, we have access to the tablet sleeve, or I'm sorry, the laptop sleeve, but I don't carry a laptop anymore. I carry my tablet, so I've been calling it my tablet sleeve. But you have nice, easy access to it. You can get in and out, which is great for me because if I'm on my lunch break, I can just grab my tablet. I can watch one of my shows. And now the inside of the bag's kind of cool because this is a top loader. So we have access to that same back laptop sleeve here. There is also an actual tablet sleeve in front of it, which I'll show you once I open it. But if you were carrying your laptop, you have a laptop sleeve and then also a tablet sleeve in the front. But this isn't just a top loader. This is also a half clamshell, kind of peel back bag, if you will. So we have my tech kit, my big admin kit that I really carry just because I have my checkbook in here. There's pens and stuff in here too, but I have that in the bag anyway. But I carry my checkbook that I use twice a year. So this is going to come out of the EDC. We have a notebook that I do actually use quite a bit. And then we do have 2 additional pockets here. One zipper pocket at the top. And then we have that zipper pocket down here that shares space with this front pocket. So I have my bulkier items, which I have 2 of these different green room. I have a tuna tin and a sardine tin. I keep those in there, and they're a little bit bulkier, which is why I keep the first aid kit up front, because it just fits in there perfectly. Now, one addition to this is that you could utilize this as a side access bag as well. So I can just zip open the side and I can get my tech kit out. And the one thing I like is that this pocket down here is actually oriented so you can access it from the side. So if you go back into the bag, we have also, there's a little snap here that helps keep it closed, so when you use the side access, the whole thing doesn't pop open. And it's a pretty solid zipper or snap there. You have one pocket that is oriented for top access, and then you have one pocket that is orientated for side access. And the main way that I have been accessing the bag is the side access. I kind of unzip it, grab my tech kit, do what I need to do, put it back in at the end of the day, tuck it all in, zip it up. Or to get my tablet, kind of been using the back side access. I take my tablet out, use that. Lunch break's over, pop that thing back in, zip it back up, and good to go. Now these shoulder straps, they are a little thin, but this is a 17 liter bag, so you're not carrying a ton of weight, but they are well padded and there is a lot of flex there. So they're actually quite comfortable to wear. They fit good over the shoulder. They conform to the clavicle well. I didn't experience any neck rubbing at all. They're actually quite comfortable, and I really like the padding. And then the underside, it's hard to see because it's black on black, but the underside, I don't remember what this is offhand, but it feels more like a 210D, but it actually wraps to the inside. So if you do experience any neck rubbing, you have a lighter, less abrasive material on the underside, but it's also rolled, so if it's going to rub on your skin, you're going to have that softer, less abrasive material rubbing against your neck. So if it did, I didn't experience any, but if it did, it's built in to have a little bit more protection. And the shoulder straps, they've been nice. They've been very comfortable to wear. One other thing I did not mention, because I never use them, even if I'm traveling, is it does have a luggage pass-through. So if you're using a roller bag, you will be able to slide the bag. It's much easier to do if you are on the ground. Slide the bag over and it will strap to your luggage pass-through, or the luggage pass-through loop will go through, and then you can just kind of roll your suitcase with your backpack through the airport. Now, this is going to come in handy if you're more of a business travel. I mean, it's good too in the winter if you're wearing a jacket. You're gonna get a little sweaty, especially if you're dashing for that flight. But I usually see businessmen doing this with either the briefcases or the backpacks, because they're usually wearing a blazer, and a backpack will wrinkle the hell out of your blazer. So they usually put the luggage pass-through. I have seen other people using them, but most of my experience seeing people use a luggage pass-through in the travels with their bag is when we're businessmen. But it is there, so if you wanted to use one, that's what they're for. It goes over the handle for your roller bag, and then you don't have to wear it. You can just roll it through the airport. The Huru Urban bag has been a pleasure to use. The quality of the construction, the care, the craftsmanship has been top notch. I haven't had anything fail on me. I mean, the only thing that you could see with this bag is that there's some dog hair on it because I have a dog, and dog hair sticks to everything, especially Cordura. It just kind of absorbs it, I think. It's more like it's kind of like a sponge. I would say Cordura and dog hair is like a sponge to water, but it happens, and that's really it. I mean, it's faring out well. I've been using this daily for several weeks now. I don't even think it's really dirty at all. I mean, there's no abrasion on it at all. And when I use these things, I'm not gentle. I toss them around. I'm not crazy with them. I'm not like rucking with this, but I'm not gentle. I mean, if there's something tech in it, I will usually set it down. But if I know there's nothing tech or breakable, I'll walk in. I'll either throw it on the couch in my office. I'll drop it on the ground in the office, on the carpet. But I mean, if there's tech, I will set it down. But usually there has been tech in this. Almost 90% of the time, my tablet's been in there, my tech kit's been in there. But I mean, when I'm testing backpacks, I'm not being super gentle and cautious with them. I'm using them like I would use any other bag. I'm not abusing, but I am using, and the bag has held up to the test of time. And it's, again, great quality, great craftsmanship. I like this proprietary buckle system. It does resemble a Cobra buckle, but I would say it functions much better. It's a lot cleaner looking. I like that it's a little slimmer, and I think the bigger surface area on the actual latch is way nicer. I think it just works great, and it looks good. So overall, pretty satisfied with the Huru Urban backpack. There's one thing that I would change myself if I was going to be doing a redesign on this bag, and it would be this front pocket here. I would give it some of its own three-dimensional space. Because it is pretty slim, it's pretty tight, it shares space with the internal pocket, you can't fit a lot in there. There is a key clip in there, and my keys are not like huge. They're a bit bulky because I have keys for my house, my office, my parents' house, and I have a bigger like bottle opener S-clip keychain, but they're not like huge. I can fit them in my pants pocket, but they're a little bulky, and I would probably struggle to get them in there. So I would give this pocket its own three-dimensional space. That would make it much more user-friendly. You'd be able to fit more things in both of the pockets instead of them sharing the same internal space. This pocket will be able to expand outward, so you can actually fit more things in there, or just fit the same amount of things in there but access them a lot easier. Because if the pocket is too taut, it's even hard to get your hand in there to get things out. So a little more three-dimensional space, that'd be great. But other than that, I mean, it's been handling great. It's been wearing great. It's comfortable to wear. It's black, so it hides a lot of anything except for the dog hair that you can see. The bag does also come in wolf gray, so you could probably hide some of that white dog hair a little bit better, but I also have a mostly black cat, so the black cat hair would probably stick out on the wolf gray one quite a bit. But it's been a pleasure to use the bag. I really like it. It's functioning good. It feels good on the body. It's holding what I need, and again, it's a little smaller than I would normally use it as an EDC, but it has now helped me to eliminate 2 pieces of kit that I don't need. I've straight up bought a new set of headphones. I don't know why I didn't buy a multi-point connection earbuds sooner, but I shed that piece of kit, and now that I don't need my checkbook for like 6 more months, I'm going to take that admin kit out. I like the overall kit. It's a garage built gear kit. I like it a lot, but I don't really use it for much anything besides my checkbook. And if I have to mail a letter, I have stamps inside my checkbook. So maybe 4 times a year I need that thing, and 2 of which are to write a check. The other 2 are to grab some stamps. So overall, great user experience. Helped me minimize my kit, even though we are going into winter EDC season. But great bag, pleasure to use. I'm hoping to maybe take a look at some more of their bags in the future, because I was so pleased with this that maybe they want to continue to work together. But if you're looking at the Huru Urban, I say snag one. It's been handling great. It's been working out great, and yeah, I genuinely like the bag and appreciate being able to test it out and use it over the past couple of weeks. So with that, if you like this video or any of my other videos, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell right next to it. See notifications next time I post a brand new video. Good night.